Imagine a single choice that alters everything. A moment in time where one life is taken and the future is rewritten. What if Voldemort, in his quest for immortality, had killed Horace Slughorn? It starts years before Harry Potter ever sets foot in Hogwarts. Tom Riddle is a charming, brilliant student, loved by professors, feared by his peers. But there is one professor he values more than the rest: Slughorn, a man who sees potential in Tom, a man who, without realizing it, gives him the key to true power. We know that in the original timeline, Slughorn tried to hide the truth. He altered his own memory out of guilt and fear. But what if, in this alternate reality, Voldemort realized the risk of leaving Slughorn alive? Slughorn was intelligent. He knew the weight of his mistake. If anyone could one day connect the dots, it was him. And Voldemort never left loose ends. So instead of simply intimidating Slughorn, he eliminates him. It happens quietly. A flick of a wand, a flash of green light. Slughorn vanishes from history, his secrets buried with him. At first it seems inconsequential, just another casualty in Voldemort's rise to power. But this one action sends shockwaves through time. Years later, when Dumbledore begins piecing together Voldemort's secrets, he finds nothing. In the original timeline, it was Slughorn's memory that confirmed what Dumbledore had always feared, that Voldemort had created multiple Horcruxes. But without that crucial piece of evidence, the war changes drastically. Dumbledore, for all his brilliance, is left in the dark. He may suspect Horcruxes exist, but he cannot be certain. And without that knowledge, how can he prepare Harry for the battle ahead? The mission to destroy Voldemort's soul fragments becomes an impossible task. Now consider Severus Snape. With Slughorn dead, someone else takes over the potions classroom. Maybe Snape becomes potions master much earlier. But without Slughorn's influence at Hogwarts, Snape's path shifts. He was always a double agent, balancing on the edge of darkness. Would he have ever sought redemption without Dumbledore's guidance? If Snape remains fully loyal to Voldemort, Harry loses his most unexpected protector. There is no carefully orchestrated plan to protect him, no hidden allegiance. The chessboard changes and Snape becomes a true enemy. Slughorn, despite his flaws, had a soft spot for talented students from powerful families. Draco Malfoy was one of them. In the original timeline, Slughorn was a buffer between Draco and the harsh expectations of the Death Eaters. Without that mentorship, Draco is left completely under Voldemort's thumb. Perhaps he breaks sooner. Perhaps, instead of hesitating on the astronomy tower, he fully embraces the darkness. Instead of failing, he succeeds. Maybe he kills Dumbledore himself, proving his loyalty to the Dark Lord. Or maybe, crushed under the weight of his impossible mission, Draco makes a different choice. He runs. Slughorn was not just a professor. He was a war veteran, a skilled potion master, and a valuable ally. He led the charge against Voldemort's forces during the Battle of Hogwarts. Without him, the resistance is weaker. No Felix Felicis for Harry, no late reinforcements, no Slughorn rallying the remaining fighters against Voldemort's army. Perhaps McGonagall falls in battle. Perhaps the castle is overrun. The war's outcome, once so fragile, tips in Voldemort's favor. And then we come to Harry himself. In the original timeline, he was armed with knowledge. Dumbledore gave him a mission, a purpose, to hunt and destroy Horcruxes. But in this new reality, Harry is lost. There is no clear path, no understanding of what needs to be done. He fights bravely, but bravery alone is not enough. Without knowing about the Horcrux inside him, he never realizes he must die to defeat Voldemort. And so, when the final battle comes, Harry fights with everything he has, but he cannot win. Voldemort survives. Perhaps he is weakened. Perhaps some of his Horcruxes are still destroyed by chance. But he is not truly defeated. And with Harry gone, who is left to stop him? So, what do you think? Could the wizarding world have survived without Slughorn? Or was his survival the key to Voldemort's downfall? If you like the video and don't want to miss the next one, subscribe. I will be very grateful.